everybody, welcome back to my small garage machine shop. So, excuse me, let me start things off by saying thank you to you guys, for the views, for the likes, comments, positive or negative. It is okay to put negative things in there, as long as we're talking like gentlemen. You guys said things like, hey, the camera's shaky, try another location, to speed up the turning portion of the video because it was too long. And there were other things as well. So I've taken all that into consideration, and I'm going to make some changes on this end, or I already have made changes on this end. And then you guys could give me more feedback and tell me, what needs to change or improve. As long as we're being kind to each other, then, I am not going to be offended at all. This channel is for you guys. It's not for me. So anyway, as long as I can accommodate you, I will. All right. So you guys are probably wondering, what the heck is this, on the table here? And this accomplishes two things. So I didn't want to give today's video away, so I didn't know what to put, for the opening shot here. And it also accomplishes another thing, which has to do with my wife. So I thought this was cool, something different. So I kind of made a little design here, and my wife said I should put tile down. So that's what I've done here. I've put tile down. So you're welcome, honey. All right, so let's talk about what today's video is going to be about. What I'm going to do here is just share with you guys some items that I use on a regular basis that are all affordable, and they're great. They're great items that I've found a lot of use in. There's some things you buy and they just sit there, and there's other things you buy and you'd buy another one in a second if you broke it, which I actually did. So what I'm going to do is share these things with you guys, go over them, talk about them. I'm going to keep the video fairly short. I lost all the footage I shot from last week, so I'm going to do this video in the interim here, and I'm working on reshooting everything for the upcoming machining video. All right, so let me get things set up here, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, guys, so first up here, we've got these sewing machine oilers. 4-pack of these on Amazon, $9.73, $2.43 a piece. They have 120 mil capacity. Nice long metal spout on them here. Nice cap. Nice screw-on cap here. So that makes it, seal up real nice. The hole size on the end here is perfect. It's not too big, not too small. And one of the things I like the most about these things is if you're filling the oilers on your machine, you might be having to squeeze a little bit harder than just dripping it out. And what I've had happen in the past with other, bottles like this is they'll leak around the threads here instead of coming out of the end. And it ends up getting all over the bottle, and it just makes a mess. So I really like that these don't do that. The long spout is nice for getting into, smaller areas, for tapping, for drilling. So again, love these things. If you never tried them out, for less than $10, you can pick them up and give them a shot. And let me know what you think. All right, let me get the next thing up here and we'll talk about it. Okay, guys. So next up here, we've got this fractional caliper. I love this thing for quick collet identification. To grab a piece, you throw this on there real quick, like this, boom. You need a 1/2-inch collet to hold that. So it makes it really easy. This one was dirt cheap. It was about $10 on Amazon. That was close to 10 years ago. I wish all my calipers lasted like this one because it's been an absolute tank. No name on this, so I don't even know who makes it. But it was the cheapest one I could find at the time. But great to have in your back pocket. You hate to carry around your expensive caliper, around the shop because you know what happens. It slips, it drops, it falls. And an example here, it never lines up again. All right, so I hope you find that one useful. I'll get the next thing up and we'll talk about that. Okay, guys, next up here is the Hhip tap and reamer holder. The part number on this one is 3900-0293. This holds 0 to 1/2 inch. On Amazon, it's $38.58. And this thing works great for, let's say you're doing a bolt circle on a back plate or something. You could drill all your holes and then just use this to, yep, let's make a noise. You can use this to tap our holes. So what we do is we insert our tap or reamer in there, okay? And then we use this base, slide this down in there, and this keep nice tight fit there, keeps it nice and true. and then you can tap or ream your hole accordingly. And you've also got this 120-degree angle at the base here that is good for doing a piece of round stock like so. All right, so really great tool, guys. I love this thing. Haven't been using it for long, but the few times I've used it, I've been real impressed with it. Okay, I hope you found that one useful, and we'll get on to the next one. All right, guys, next up here we have from Shars, we have their internal threading and grooving tool holder. The SKU number on this guy is 4046598. It has a 10-inch overall length. The inserts it takes are NGL and NTL. This is a right-hand cutting tool. It's so much better than this style that we're all familiar with. You just don't get the depth with these. You can see on this one, I ground some off here so I can get the depth here that I needed. With this tool, you'll never have that problem. You get a lot more strength with these because you do have a lot more material under the cutting edge there. All right, and these are reversible, so you get 2 edges per insert. And I haven't had to buy inserts for these yet. This one came with the tool, so I don't know much about the pricing on that end of it. But again, I know they're not cheap. No more expensive than your average carbide insert, though. Okay, so this is a great tool. It cuts beautiful threads, and I really, really love this thing. All right, so that's it for this one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we're going to close things out here with what I think is the gem of today's video. So I had bought one of these cheap. I needed a 10-inch chuck for a project, and I did not want to spend a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of money to spend. So I picked up a vevor 10-inch chuck. This thing was about $180, I believe. And it sat for a while because I could not find a backplate for it that was reasonable. The ones I was finding on eBay were $250, $300. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to put a $300 backplate on a $180 chuck. It just didn't make sense to me. And then I was jumping around online one time on, I think, Practical Machinist, and somebody had mentioned, hey, I used an old weight plate, and the light just came on, and I said, oh my God, that's it. So I ordered one on Amazon. Paid about 25 bucks for it. As I was turning it, I was looking carefully at it to make sure there was no voids or imperfections or anything, and it turned like any other backplate I've turned before. I've had South Bend ones multiple times. I've turned them down. This turned identical. And for the money, it can't be beat. The only drawback for me is that I have a 2 1/8 inch thread on my spindle. So I got an Olympic plate thinking, oh, it's a 2-inch hole. It'll work out perfectly. Well, actually, it was oversized. So it was out of tolerance for that, for that thread. So I had to make a bushing here, which, no big deal. I made a bushing for it. And then I kind of made a fancy little nut here out of a piece of brass I had left over from another project. I threaded that on the back of it. It's really been great. And for the amount of money that I spent for it, I can't say anything bad about it. All right, so that's going to do it for today, guys. Give me a second and we'll wrap things up here. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this week's video. Like I said, due to the loss of some footage, there's going to be a little bit of delay getting the next one out, but it should be, I'm hoping, by Wednesday of this coming week, because I have to reshoot all that stuff. So I apologize for that. I'll give you guys a hint on the next video. It's going to be positives and negatives. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was a little different, but I wanted to put something out that I thought might help you guys out. I appreciate you guys. Comments, subscriptions, likes. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, guys, take care.